What's up YouTube, Cardi4Man221 here, and I'm gonna do another real life commentary. Did a gluten intolerance one, that was a Call of Duty gameplay, but this time I think I'm gonna mess around on some Arma 2. It's called called the Armory. Now this has all the vehicles and stuff. As you can see, my guy's running over tents and stuff, and I'm gonna hopefully try to show you guys some footage basically. So I want to talk about driving because, you know, I am 18 now, and it's been too long since I had my I don't even have my license yet. That is kind of sad. You know, I wasn't into driving when I heard it's a permanent, went through driver's ed and all that stuff. Now I know in Europe, in some countries, the drinking age and the driving age is kind of backwards. So basically, I have been doing driving like the last month and a half, and I don't know, it kind of makes me feel like makes me feel happy. I don't know, to drive around. I mean, even if it's just in a minivan. So that's the plan. I've just been driving around, and I mean, I just want to talk about how driving feels to me. I mean, I wasn't a big fan of driving originally, and I had a minor crash in my second time out on driving. So, you know, I got a driving instructor who's actually a pretty nice guy, and so we've been driving around, and it's kind of fun, you know. I mean, in the area I live, there's really big highways around here, and it's not like a little country town, so you need to know more. By the way, that's an explosion of a crashed helicopter. I did that for fun. I tried to blow up my friend, and it worked. So, I mean, my goal for this year is to get my license pretty soon, and hopefully get a car. And some guys are really into cars and stuff, and I can pretty much name, except some of the more obscure companies, I can pretty much name all the mainstream companies and recognize their logos on the road. My driving instructor even said to me, you should be a cop because you can tell what cars are on the road. So I've kind of, Dad's nice enough, you know, I've kind of lowered the standards a little bit. Originally I wanted a Mustang, and that's not gonna happen. But probably not a good first car. So, you know, we're kind of looking at the mid-range. I'm not even sure. Like, we're not going for like a $60,000 car. We're going to like 15, 20, I think, if I'm lucky. So I've noticed as I've been looking at these car things on the websites and stuff that a lot of the cars all have basic they all have kind of like the same line. So like if you want a Nissan Altima, right, which is kind of the car I do want, there's also a Honda Accord, a Toyota Camry, and they're all kind of similar in like the build and stuff. Now if I'm wrong, I might be, but they all kind of seem the same to me. As in, like, that kind of, they're not the highest up in the line there, but they're kind of middle of the line. Like, they're not the cheapest kind there is. But so that's basically what I've been doing, and driving around's kind of fun. You know, I've been driving my parents. My dad and I just got back from a meal at a local sports pub, and I drove there. And, you know, I feel really cool driving in a minivan, you know, with my dad. I'm sure he loves it. So, you know, I have a question. Do your parents ever do this? One of them's completely kind of relaxed with you in the car, and the other one's kind of criticizing you. Like, your turn, you know, you don't go from 0 to 25 in 2 seconds, which is actually pretty surprising. Our minivan has 6 cylinders, so it's a pretty fast car when you want to speed. But one thing about my town is that there is a lot of cops. Our state probably makes a lot of money from that. You know, I'm kind of getting bored of flying. I kind of want to crash into something, so what do we want to crash into? Let's crash into this, I don't know. Let's crash into the trees just for fun. Upside down wheelie. Oh, so yeah, Arma 2 is just like, one thing, I can play the single player a little bit, but I suck. It's a little too realistic for my taste, personally. There's my burned jet over there. So, I mean, driving just feels good. I feel more grown up with driving around, and that's my plan. Get the license, so I can drive around and hopefully get that dream car. So another thing is you know, I think I'll talk about that in another commentary. But there's driving for you so far, and I'm just gonna sign off for here. That's a basic thing on driving. I do want to talk about my YouTube commentaries, and I've gotten some money from that with ads and everything. I'll talk about that later. Anyway, this is Corn 221 Soft. Hope you enjoyed.